Okay, so let's get going. And we were supposed to, so we installed the second Exchange server um, in one of the last classes, one of them. So if we go back to, well, actually, it was in class reading week. Yes. Okay, so we installed the second Exchange server there, and then if I have that diagram, otherwise I'll just create one. Okay, I'll create one. So so we have here three Exchange servers, and this is DAG that I wanted to cover, and then we can go for all the other features of ExchangeOnline. So here we have like server 01, and it has AD, DNS, DHCP, and the other one is server 02, and that has members. That is a member server, and Exchange 2016 installed here. And then there is server 03, that is also a member server, and it's also having Exchange 2016. And we also know that we have here one local hard disk, so it's just 5 disk, so physical disks, suppose that's the one. And then we have actually 2 other disks here that are supposed to be for databases and for log files. So that's database, and this is also database, and then logs. Okay, so database and logs. So for that, and this is also for my disk here, and we have actually some databases created here as well. Those are the Exchange databases that are created. So I think we created 3 databases there. So your first name DB01, DB02, DB03. So DB02 and DB03. So these databases are here, but the second Exchange server does not have any of those databases there, and we need to go for DAG, which is a database availability group. So how to create that, and database. Once we're done with that, so we'll just go for online labs again. Availability group. So availability group, and this database availability group is supposed to make databases. So there is that the database, active database, would be on one server, and its copy can be created on the other server. So, and this is what it offers: high availability of databases. And for this, we need to go ahead and configure the DAG. So right now this is the situation, and if I go to the lab here, so this is so this is server 1, and well, it's asking for updates, so I'll skip that. So this is our domain controller, or server 1 here, and our domain name is yourfirstnamedomain.local, and this. So then the second server, where I'm logged into the Exchange Admin Center. Now you can see that this is exactly the same what we saw in Office 365 or Microsoft 365 ExchangeOnline as well. and other than that, servers section is not there, but on premises you have server section as well, because we have to then take care of the local servers and underlying hardware as well, and the databases. In ExchangeOnline, servers, the databases are all taken care of by Microsoft. So, but all the other features still are taken care of by us. So, and if this is our first Exchange server, and then this is that same screen where I had finished installation of the second Exchange server in that third virtual machine here. And if I click finish here, so there's a launch Exchange Administration Center after finishing Exchange setup. So that's where we left 3 classes ago when the second Exchange server was installed. And I'm just gonna click finish. So it just says that which browser to start the Exchange server in, or Exchange Admin Center in. So this is your first name, serve3, that's the machine name, and then ECP, Exchange Control Panel, which actually takes us to Exchange Admin Center. It asks for the administrator, so the domain name is this, and well, okay, I think it's your first name admin, but I'll just confirm that. Yeah, your first name admin. This is the same mailbox that I'm logged in from the other Exchange server. Which status times queue. So, well, maybe I started too soon, or I need to restart this as well, and I'll just put it back. So if I go to the first Exchange server, which is on second machine, and if I check the name, so it's this name and this is the domain, and if I go ahead with the admin, so as this is the your first name admin here, and then we have here your first name admin and the your first name domain. So I'll just confirm that again. If yeah, your first name domain and the admin as well. So I'll just try to connect one more time, otherwise I'll restart this and then try to go ahead and check if okay. So it is still giving negotiate security context. Now this means also I want to make sure if the second Exchange server is showing in the admin center of the first Exchange server. So how to make sure, because Active Directory here on server 1 is also having all the information that the second Exchange server also got installed. So the so I'm on the second machine that is having the first Exchange server, and there if I go down here to servers, this area, so I can see that yes, I can see the name of the, so this is the servers tab, and under that, yes, it detects that there's an Exchange server on your first name serve3, right? And this is that machine, your first name serve3. So this means that the Exchange server is detected. So this is our first screenshot then, that 2 Exchange servers detected. So this is our first screenshot, that 2 Exchange servers.
Are we taking your screenshot?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is our first screenshot. Please take that screenshot now, that 2 Exchange servers detected in Exchange Admin Center. Okay, the title will be 2 Exchange server detected in Exchange Admin Center. So please take a screenshot here. I'll take a screenshot now, and I'll quickly put it on OneNote here. So that would be our screenshot 1. Screenshot 1 to Exchange servers detected in Exchange Admin Center, and the screenshot is the same thing. I'll just put there. So mail server equals screenshot 1 to Exchange servers detected in Exchange Admin Center. Okay, so that's the screenshot one. Which one? This one. So this area is the screenshot one. So now we understand that two Exchange servers are detected here, and that's screenshot one. So it's going to show in the servers area. Suppose you have 6 more Exchange servers, so obviously they will all be joining the same Exchange organization. And server roles is Mailbox. It's Exchange 2016, so it's always shown as Mailbox role here. On the right side it says trial, and enter product key, so it shows here as well. Okay, so it's one thing. Now second thing is the databases. We see that how many servers are in the organization, this many. Now while this is going on, I'll try to go to the second server and restart it. So if I'll just start the third virtual machine, which is the second Exchange server. I'll just restart that, so all the sources are refreshed. While this is going on, I'm going to stick to this server 2. Now here I have databases, right? So in the databases area, we had created the 3 databases there that are created with the vendor best practices. So those 3 databases are in the database file is in one drive, and the log files is in another drive. So I'm just going to go down here, and this PC, so I'm in second machine, and that has our database drive F drive and logs drive G drive. So I'm just going to go for database drive. There's a long file structure here that I put the databases in. So these are the 3 databases. If I go inside that, so there's that .edb file, that's the database file here for Exchange server, and this is the whole file structure. If I want to have database availability group implemented across 2 Exchange servers, so I need to have that same file structure created for this Exchange server as well, for the databases. So it needs to detect exactly this file server, file path, folder path here as well. So if I go to db01, so these are all the transaction log files, right? And that's a lot of transaction log files already, and you can see that they are 1 MB, so they are 1024 kilobyte or 1 megabyte, right? Okay, so that's transaction log files and the database files. We understand that this is the folder structure for the databases on the first machine, on the second machine, sorry, virtual machine that has the first Exchange server. If I go to the second Exchange server on third virtual machine here, so I'll just try to log in now. And first of all, I'll try to check that if I can actually enter the ECP, which is Exchange Control Panel, or the Exchange Admin Center. So small ABC, the chip 1 to 3 here. So first, we're trying to just check that the environment is okay, the 2 Exchange servers are working fine, and then we'll talk about then the DAG as well. The Amir says in the chat, can I see its content of the transaction log files? Yeah, sure. So if I go there, so these are the T-log files. If I double click that, normally, they're supposed to be having encrypted data there. So okay, it's in shock now that what have I asked them? Okay, there's that. Yep, it is encrypted. So it's supposed to be encrypted, but still some of the data is readable, but it's supposed to be, because it's all transaction logs, so whatever transactions were going on, that has to be. This is the same thing that we're going to see in SQL Server as well. When you go to its transaction log files or log files, other than the application for monitoring that is especially for reading log files, this is how it looks like. So that's very good for security reasons. So we can't get any info out of that, and that's a good thing. Yes, if you know directly, obviously the emails going also there, and whatever maintenance and management is going on, that is also there. So that's pretty critical data that it just copies into the database, and that's where it is attained. If there's clear data open here, then hackers would simply get all these files, and that's it, bye bye. So that's where it has to be we have to be very careful with this. That's why it's protected and it's automatically encrypted, which is a good security feature. I'll go back here, and I'm logged into the second Exchange server, which is on third virtual machine, and so if first of all, I just need to log in from the Exchange server. So I'm just gonna go ahead and minimize this and double click this Google Chrome, because I once log in from that already. Now I can see that I am connected to internet here. If I can check there on the second virtual machine or first Exchange server, I'm not connected to internet. So basically I don't want internet connection now. So on the third virtual machine or second Exchange server, I'm going to go to local server and try to just disable the internet network NIC there. So that NIC is having its own DNS, which is the DNS of my DSL router. So it's going to be disruptive for name-based access of the two Exchange servers. So that's one thing. Whenever we do DNS changes there, we can give the two commands there with command prompt admin ivconfig /flush DNS. So it's going to refresh the DNS settings, and it's going to request the new DNS information from our DNS server on server 1. So ivconfig /flush DNS and ivconfig /register DNS. So after disabling that NIC, second NIC that was giving us internet connection. So I'm going to minimize this and try to access the Exchange server by typing my name. It was this, your first name and ECP. So I'll try to go there. The Exchange control panel will try to open and try to enter the Exchange admin center. So it's taking me to the same screen here, and put the password. It's still saying this error here, times Q. Okay, it's 4:22:24. Oh, it's so time is wrong here. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. So date and time settings. Okay, so initial date and time, regional settings. So set date and time. So the time was wrong, guys. So that's why Eastern time, US and Canada, but the exact time is wrong. And if the time is wrong, network services normally are not available. So it's 4:23 and it's PM. So that it's better to restart the main Exchange server here as well. So the time sync should be there. It is saying that the time is wrong, and yes, the time here is correct, 4:23 and 24:11:20. I'm just going to check that time on my, oh, it's wrong on my domain controller, which is not a very good idea. So now I normally check. So the time zone is correct. It's the actual time that is wrong. So that's not good. So 4:23 p.m. Yep, and it's also connected to internet. So I need to restart server 1 as well. So time was wrong, and without time sync with all domain controller and the network virtual machines over the network, then time sync does not happen and some of the network services are gone. So the second machine is started. I just started the first machine, and I'll first log in from this machine so the second machine could get the second machine could get that domain controller to for authentication and authorization. So first, always the domain controller has to be logged in. I'll just sign out from the third machine as well. So I'll let the domain controller first log in, and then I'll go for the second. So or the network sources have to be up, and for that time sync is one of those configurations. While this is going on, I will, okay, there we go. So first I'll just try to log in from the domain controller. Once it's fully logged in, then we can log in from the other machines. So the time seems to be okay now. And this is the second one. So now I'll log in from the second machine whose time I corrected. And then I'll try to log in from the third machine as well. So it's logging in from both Exchange server machines. So I'll just check, yes, the time is now okay. The Postman is taking forever. So I'll just let them log in. It's GB, okay. So I'll let them log in, and then we can try to understand first what's going on with what's the concept behind that DAG. And so what we will do today, so we can just go for understanding DAG, and then if more time is there, then we're going to go for ExchangeOnline and do some labs there as well. Okay. Yeah. So to start just Exchange service, now this is just the slide that's telling that suppose your Exchange services are not fully restarted, then you can go ahead and restart them with this command. And if our Exchange server is slow and services are just thinking of starting now, so definitely we should give it time, but also run this command to really make sure the services are fully restarted. Second thing is that about database availability group. So it is highly available. It is offering is a high availability and site resilience framework to Exchange Mailbox server that gives you the capabilities to ensure the availability of your database. So main thing is this: the availability of your database And database has what? Mailboxes. And mailboxes have all the critical company emails, and email infrastructure is the backbone of any company's business. And without that, obviously, the companies will be really affected in terms of business correspondence. So database availability group DAG was first introduced in Exchange 2010. DAG can support up to 16 mailbox servers in a single DAG group. So 16 mailbox servers it can support, which actually means that these are just these are actually three different mailboxes, right? So its copy will be here, right? So we will be creating its copy, and suppose there's a copy created here. So you can have one copy created for DB01 here, and another copy created in another server, another Exchange server, third copy in another Exchange server, fourth copy in another Exchange server. You can have a copy of one database per one Exchange server machine here. Suppose you have here more Exchange server machines, then in that case, you can just have, so what is this? This is just the copy of that one database that you can put in different Exchange servers. So this is just a copy of one, and then maybe you want to put the copy of the second Exchange server in this Exchange server, and then second Exchange copy. Maybe it's not that critical, so you want to put it on the fifth Exchange server, and or you want to have 5 copies of that. So if there are copies of one database can be, so there, first of all, they're saying that 16 Exchange servers can have one copy each, so 16 copies of the database can be created. So maximum you can go is 16. So if you have in one of the banks, there were we had at least 50, up more than 50 Exchange server machines there. So we had like 8 database copies of one mailbox database, and then other mailbox database 7 copies, other mailbox database 12 copies. Depends on how many copies you need. Normally, 2 or 3 copies are good enough. But suppose this is so critical, and there's too many users, too many mailboxes there, so you can fail over. Suppose this goes down, you can fail over to any copy here. These are all just simply synchronizing whatever's going on in the active database here is being synchronized to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one. Exact same thing is being synchronized to all other. And if you want to go 16 copies, so it, one database will synchronize all its changes to 16 copies, right? So if you want to go maximum and keep on creating a copy of just one database, and suppose you have 10 more databases there with unique mailboxes there, so how many copies you want to create for the 10 databases? But per database you can create 16 copies there. And if we go back to while this is going on, where I'm just checking the environment as well, and go ahead and try to minimize this, double click Google Chrome on first Exchange server or second virtual machine, and then double click Google Chrome on the second Exchange server on third virtual machine, and this is the same screen here. If I just put my name, I wanted to go for ECP there, and so both offers the same screen, the Exchange servers here. So hopefully now, since I corrected the time and turned off the internet as well on the first on the second Exchange server, I turned off the internet and corrected the time, so it may recover from its fast, or it may not. Well, it seems like it hasn't still. The time synchronization has not been really absorbed as or consumed here yet. If I go for Exchange Admin Center as a link and open that, so I'm just opening the same ECP now, and I'll go advanced and proceed to localhost, and it is also asking personal domain, / your first name admin, and just wanted to see wc2.23.2.23. So it may have this, okay, negotiate security tag context. Obviously I need to check it out as well, but first I'm just going to check the services because the exchange is going fine. And I'll click the startup type as automatic here and check against that what is running, and these are all the Microsoft Exchange services there, and one notification service is just not running against automatic, otherwise all Exchange server services. So it ends here, Microsoft Exchange Unified call router. So other than, so all these Exchange services are running automatic, right? So other than notification service, normally if it is needed it is run. So if I start that, it might stop itself later if it's not needed. Then does it have anything to do with this? No. So what I'm just gonna do, one more thing is that I can go to Exchange Active Directory topology service there. So this is talking to Active Directory as well. If I click the restart button, so any service that is depending on this service, they will all be started as well. So if I click restart, pretty much all the Exchange services are dependent, or majority of the Exchange services, not all, majority of the Exchange services are dependent on this Exchange Active Directory topology service. So I'll just, in order to restart this Active Directory topology, it will restart all the dependencies as well. I just want to refresh the Exchange server again by restarting all the services and check it out if it's going to let me log in or not. That's one thing. Second thing is I'll still try to create that DAG, but if the Exchange server is not logging in, that's not a very nice thing. So obviously if it is working fine, then only I can go ahead. Otherwise, if there's any issue with that local environment, sometimes when we're going live, it does give issues as well. If there's an issue, then we will just switch to the online ExchangeOnline, and we're going to start doing some labs instead of troubleshooting and waiting for it, just to save time, right? So otherwise, so I'll give it some time while this is going on. I also have I'll just make sure that I'll just click cancel here. It's showing your organizational unit. Oh, actually it's on a specific page here. Okay, so now it's just normally logged in. If I click the servers, it still detects the server 3 as Exchange. Even if I'm not logged in to that Exchange server from there, I can still see that server from here. From second machine, I can see the third machine's Exchange server as well. So while this is going on, I'll just go back to some of the explanations there. And we talked about that there is 16 mailbox servers can be there, with each having a copy of a database. Any server in a DAG can host a copy of a mailbox database from any other server who is member of DAG group. So this is just saying that you want to put a copy. If there are 10 Exchange servers in a DAG group, so you can put a copy of mailbox database on any one of the Exchange servers in the DAG group. So and you can't mix all servers within a DAG must be running the same version of Exchange. You can't mix 2013 servers and Exchange servers in the same DAG. So it has to be either all 2016s or it has to be all 2013s, but you can't mix 2016 plus 2013 in one DAG group. So it has to be exactly the same in terms of addition. And DAGs use continuous replication and a subset of Windows failover. So failover clustering technologies to provide high availability and site resilience. So now this failover clustering is really important, and we're going to be configuring that in the SQL class It's very critical, important to understand in your career, IT career, whichever job you take in future. You will need to know the failover clustering technologies. If it is purely Microsoft or Microsoft machines are there, even in cloud, you need to understand at least how does this work. Many of the concepts in the cloud for high availability are also exactly the same what this failover clustering technologies offer. So DAGs use continuous replication and a subset of Windows failover clustering technologies to provide high availability and site resilience. So that is what we talked about before as well, that if there's an active copy here, and that active copy is, and this is passive, right? So in that case, so active copy will send continuously all the updates, same time updates, and that we also talked about, that this is synchronous replication. Synchronous replication is the replication where updates are happening same time. So and we call it synchronous replication is same time updates, right? What that means is that if there are mailboxes inside that are receiving emails, the emails are being written here. As soon as the email is received here, the email is received, a copy of that is received here as well, exactly the same time. This is also being updated as this is updated, and any changes done on already present data. Suppose somebody opens a mailbox from this mailbox database and deletes an email, so that update right away is synchronized here as well. That update is written here as well. So it's a continuous synchronous replication going on, or same time update is going on. So other data, when you fail over from suppose this active is down or the whole server went down, then it will fail over to the passive, and passive is fully updated already to the last second because of synchronous replication, right? So this is something that it has to have if you want all the mailboxes to be highly available. And if the server goes down, the mailboxes should not be affected. The access to the mailboxes, which has all the emails, should not be affected. It should just fail over to the other Exchange server. And if we check it out, so mailbox servers in a DAG monitor each other for failures. So this is just saying that if you have created a DAG group here, if you've already created a DAG group, so suppose this is in DAG now, and it's a you group them together in a DAG group. So within a DAG group, mailbox check for failures. They monitor each other that, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And server 2 asks server 3, server 3 asks server 2, are you okay? Are you alive? Heartbeat communication is going on there, and they're just checking continuously each other, are you okay? Are you okay? So if anyone of the database or the mailbox server is down, then obviously the other one will offer that services that the first one was offering. So in a DAG, monitor each other for failures. When mailbox servers in a DAG monitor each other for failures, and when a mailbox server is added to a DAG, you need to first create a DAG, and then you have to add one by one mailbox servers. So suppose you have 2 mailbox servers here or 10 mailbox servers, then you need to add one mailbox server to DAG. DAG needs to know how many mailbox servers we have, so you can one by one introduce the mailbox servers to DAG, right? So so when a mailbox server is added to a DAG, that server works with the other servers in the DAG to provide automatic database level recovery from database failure. So that's what we've been talking about, that you create a DAG group, so you must add these 2 mailbox servers manually one by one to the DAG group, and then they take care of each other, they monitor each other, and can be the backup for each other as well. And if we go further, so creating a DAG in Exchange 2016, now a DAG can be created using the new database availability group. So, or you can just use a PowerShell commandlet for new database availability group as well. So if okay, some of the services are not started here in the second exchange server. So if I go for the database availability group here, this database availability group, so there is that this plus button here. If I click the plus button, so that is where the new database availability group comes, and then we have to define all these configurations here. But this is what it's talking about in terms of new database availability group. So this commandlet is used, and when creating a DAG, you provide a name for the DAG, an optional witness server, and witness directory settings as well. So there's a witness server, optional witness server, and witness directory settings. So whenever you go for high availability, there's always a mention of witness server or witness directory. Now, but that is also a discussion to do, but you know, this server was okay. Or oh, so one by one the services are starting, seriously. But together they were not starting. I think not enough RAM was there, so let me just get them in. Yeah, I could have just used that PowerShell commandlet as well that I was mentioning at the start. So it's just about the RAM. I think I gave 8 GB RAM here, but obviously for Exchange server 8 GB is nothing. Better than 4 GB. Transport could not start. Transport the process terminated unexpectedly, and then notification and search. So some of the services are still not responding. Why I'm just trying. Oh, okay. So fresh. Okay, it was saying it's not running, and then it's running. So some discrepancies here in terms of services not running. I'll close this and go for the next one, start it, and it will in the background keep on starting. I'll close that one as well, and then transport. So in the background it's starting. Notification may or may not start, so when it is needed it is starting. So pretty much all services are running other than notification. I'll just do the honors of. Okay, so all Exchange services are back running, and what we were getting this error, so I hopefully I don't have to reinstall the whole thing, but if I have to I will, obviously. Okay, now we're good. So this is okay, so Cedric is saying my server manager keeps on crashing on server 2. Out. Okay, Cedric, then you can just well, it's good that you're trying to have the same environment, but yeah, we have our hardware limitations here, so you can just take my screenshot. But finally the second Exchange server is also up and running now, and I'm logged into the ECP here. And if I go to the servers here, so it also detects the server 2. I'm in 3 now, so it detects server 2 and 3. If I go to server 2, then it also was detecting here server 2 and 3. Server 2 and 3 here. So, and I'm in server 2. So we're kind of ready for the DAG now because the 2 Exchange servers are okay. So I'm just going to go back here, and we're talking about the optional witness server and witness directory settings. In addition, you can assign one or more IP addresses to the DAG, either by using static IP addresses or by allowing the DAG to be automatically assigned the necessary IP addresses. Now, what is a witness server and witness directory? There is that small explanation for that. So with just like suppose you have 3 branches here, or suppose one branch and you have 3 Exchange servers here and 1 witness server. So this witness talk we may have done in SQL Server as well. And if you have 2 Exchange server and Exchange 1 and Exchange 2 here, so what happens is that you can have another server that is non-Exchange. So maybe it's a file server, right? File server. But it has a witness directory. What is a witness directory? Witness directory. The witness directory is, so the witness directory is that it's going to have the information updated all the time, that if the active server is up and passive server is synchronizing, or whatever is the current availability information, witness directory will always have an update of the current directory information. What happens is that if the exe or exchange 1 goes down here, it crashes. So witness directory is updated right away, and then it wakes up the passive server, standby server. Hey, passive standby, you're on. You're the active now, because I just tracked that current active is gone, and because of the witness directory, the passive gets to know right away that the active is gone and I'm up now. I'm the active one, and all the end user mailboxes are redirected to this new active exchange server here. Suppose that the witness directory is actually gone here. So in that case, this witness directory is gone, right? So it is shut down, it is disconnected from network for some reason, and you also lost the active exchange server. So passive has no way of knowing. Then if you've introduced the witness server, passive has no way of knowing that active is gone. Passive is just going to stay as passive or standby server here. So it's standing by while it is now needed. The failing over has to be done, but since the witness directory is unavailable, it is not there to actually wake up the passive server, standby server, that hey, you're active, wake up, you're it. So the witness directory must be there for the high availability to successfully occur. So witness directory is always in communication with the two exchange servers here. So when we go back here, so this is when creating a DAG, you provide a name for the DAG, and optional witness server and witness directory settings are there. It says optional here, you can have a witness full server as well, or like a witness directory settings here as well. Normally the underlying failover clustering feature is also there, that keeps failover cluster feature is also there, that keeps heartbeat traffic going on between the two servers. So if you do decide to create a witness server, then obviously you're totally dependent on the witness server. Otherwise you can go for heartbeat settings. Heartbeat is sends I'm alive packets every second. Packets every second. So you can have failover clustering also configured here, although it also uses witness directory. I'm not sure why they're saying that it's optional, but normally you will see that whenever failover clustering feature is enabled, so the heartbeat packets keep going per second, and it normally the witness drive is supposed to be there all the time. So in addition, you can assign one or more IP addresses as well to the DAG. Yes, you can assign. DAG is another feature that needs to be. So this is DAG group, and you can even assign an IP address to this DAG feature. So the traffic would hit this IP address and then go to whichever is the active exchange server here. So, and you can manually assign the IP address as well. If you omit this parameter, the DAG attempts to obtain an IP address by using DHCP. So you don't have to give the IP address, it can also obtain automatically from DHCP. Okay, this means that do I have a DHCP here? Oh yes, I have DHCP here, so that's good. Just wanted to confirm that. So that's what the DAG is. If you're creating a DAG that will contain mailbox servers that are running Windows 2012 R2, you also have the option of creating a DAG without a cluster administrative access point. In that case, the cluster will not have a cluster name object CNO in that directory and the cluster core resource group will not contain a network name resource or an IP address resource. So in Windows 2012, they're just saying that if it's 2012 R2, so normally you can just have in Active Directory a CNO cluster naming object that tells. So Active Directory normally is there to let Exchange server know that, hey, where's my partner server? Is it in the environment? Is it your member? So if Windows 2012, there's a functionality there that you don't have to have Active Directory pointer that tells the other Exchange servers, hey, yes, we have the other Exchange server here as well, and you can have it within your DAG group as well. But it's better to have that in Active Directory. And DAGs use a subset of Windows failover clustering technologies in Windows 2008 R2 or later, such as the cluster heartbeat. We just talked about that. It's per second heartbeat there. Cluster networks and cluster database for storing data that changes or can change quickly. So it just says that it's going to use Windows failover clustering in the background. Underlying the failover cluster feature is there, and that's a very time-tested feature of Microsoft. This is a very good feature. You're going to see that firsthand in SQL Server as well. But this feature just keeps a copy of another database from first database to another database, and we always have a copy that is ready to be failed over to because of the failover clustering. Therefore, you can create DAGs only on Exchange Mailbox servers installed on supported versions of Windows that include Windows failover clustering. So when we do create DAG, the good thing is it's going to configure the failover clustering in the background. In SQL Server, we're going to be creating failover clustering ourselves one by one, each machine and step by step. But in Exchange server, the DAG group automatically creates, so DAG automatically configures failover clustering in two or more Exchange servers. So DAG does that for us, while in SQL we need to do that step by step, one by one ourselves. So if we go further down, DAG witness server and witness directory. So we talked about the witness server and directory. When creating a DAG, you need to specify a name of the DAG no longer than 15 characters, so it should not be a very long name. In addition, each DAG is configured with a witness server and witness directory. Okay, the witness server. So the witness server and its directory are used only when there is an even number of members in the DAG, and then only for quorum purposes. You don't need to create the witness directory in advance. Okay, so that's something that we need to understand here. The witness server and its directory are used only when there is an even number of members. So what is a quorum, and when is the quorum used? So main thing here is that suppose we have odd number of servers, so, and even number of servers. So odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? So suppose we have 5 servers here, and here we have even number of servers, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So that's odd number of servers and even number of servers. So what's the big deal with that? So what if we have odd number and even numbers? So even number of servers. Now in odd numbers, you don't need a decider, so these are all Exchange servers here. Exchange server Z. Okay, I'll just put here that Exchange servers. So these are all Exchange servers. You don't need a decider. What's a decider? Decider is that witness server. So we can have non-Exchange server here, like a file server, maybe non-Exchange server, or and here non-Exchange server. So non-Exchange server needs to have a witness directory or witness drive. So what's the deal with all this? Odd numbers. If a machine goes down, first Exchange server goes down, it's also called vote majority. So there's a node majority and there's a vote majority. So there's a node majority and there's a vote majority. Okay, it is having more terminology now. Majority. Okay, what's the node majority and what's the vote majority here? So node majority is that we have, this is called node. One Exchange server is one node, 5 Exchange servers are 5 nodes here, right? So the deal is, or the concept here is, the rule of thumb here is that if majority of Exchange servers are up, then cluster services will stay up as well. If we lose majority, then cluster services will be down. If the whole cluster service is down, will be down, then nobody will be able to connect to any of the Exchange server. So this is the rule. If majority of the Exchange servers are up, then cluster services will stay up. If cluster services are up, people can all the mailboxes can connect to any of the Exchange servers. If majority is lost, all services will be down. That's the rule of thumb here for node majority. So suppose one Exchange server crashes here and we still have a majority of Exchange server up, so the mailboxes will still keep connecting through the DAG group to all the Exchange servers. Suppose there are 20,000 users there, so the mailbox connections are being distributed or load balanced among these Exchange servers. But then another Exchange server goes down, we still have a majority, and the end users will still keep on connecting to the Exchange servers. But if the third one out of the 5 goes down, now we lost the majority. So the Exchange servers service, the DAG, it will stop receiving any more connections because it says that it has lost the majority. So what does that mean? Obviously, all the users that were connected, every Exchange server was load balancing, right? So there were so many mailbox connections coming here and here and here and here. So when we lost one Exchange server, its mailboxes were divided among all the other Exchange servers. So a bit of more pressure for the rest of the Exchange server. Second one went down, so its mailboxes are also divided among the remaining Exchange server. So more pressure there, more CPU is needed, more RAM is needed now. And then when the third one goes down, so its mailbox connections are also redirected here. So now the degradation of performance may go down to even unacceptable levels. It's too slow for the mailbox to even open, and the users cannot see their emails, or mailbox not even opening in Outlook. So if it loses majority, it simply, the DAG services just say that, okay, we're all down, and just wait for no more emails, no more Outlook connections to my Exchange servers, because I just lost majority here. So whenever I gain the majority again, suppose you get to have one Exchange server up again and you got the majority, so the DAG will say that, okay, now emails can come, now Outlook connections can come here because I still have majority, so I will keep all the services up and running. So that is called node majority. If nodes or Exchange servers are in majority are up and in minority they are down, so the services, overall services, will keep running. And if it loses majority, it will just simply shut all the services and no more mailbox connections and no more emails. First, just fix this majority issue here. So get me in majority. So that's node majority, and because it's odd number of servers, so either you are clear about the majority here, right? Majority or minority, you have clear, you can decide right away, yes, I'm in majority or I'm in not in majority. But in vote majority, that is even number of servers now, right? So these are also all nodes. Exchange number, exchange, there are 6 exchange servers here. So if we see that this rule applies, if majority of exchange servers are up, then cluster sources are up. Now each exchange server is given 1 vote if it is even number of exchange servers. So each exchange server is given 1 vote here. Not only that, the exchange servers are given 1 vote, so one non-exchange server is also given 1 vote that has a witness directory. Witness directory's work is to have updated, to be updated about the current status of how many exchange servers are up and how many exchange servers are down. So how many failovers occur. So that's, it's currently updated to the last second of the status of availability of exchange servers and databases. So 1 vote has been given to a non-exchange server, which could be a file server here, right? So it could be a file server, it could be a web server, it could be a print server, and you just added a that witness directory here as well. Hey, witness directory, keep an eye on my exchange servers here, if how many are down, how many are up. And witness directory says, okay, no problem, I'll do that. So now what happens again? Disaster strikes. So you have 1 exchange server gone down and you still have majority, so no problem. The DAG will keep on working, background cluster services will keep on working. Then you lose another exchange server, you still have majority, so no problem here. Although some pressure is building up on the remaining exchange servers, because redirection of all the connections and emails are going to the surviving exchange servers. But then the third one goes down and we are not sure, hey, are we in majority or did we lose majority? So that's why 3 votes are down, 3 votes are up. Whoa, what is this? So in order to go out of this confusion, you have 1 vote here of a non-exchange server. So that non-exchange server fools the DAG into thinking that I'm also an exchange server, please take my vote, and yes, we still have majority, right? So that 1 vote counted. The DAG will not take down all the services because it will not think that it has lost the majority. So majority is still there, but this 1 vote will be given from the witness directory. Witness directory will see, oh, I got a tie here. I have 3 exchange server down, 3 are up. Okay, this is my time. This is the reason I'm here. So let me just put my vote here and fool the DAG into thinking, yes, exchange servers are still in majority, and please don't take down our services. But if you lose 1 more, so that now it's clear, DAG is clear, the background cluster sources are clear that we clearly lost a majority here. So it's gonna simply, when it loses majority, that's it. So it's going to take down all the services, no more emails, no more exchange connectivity there. So this is how the quorum works. Quorum is all about minimum acceptable number of nodes must be up. That is a quorum. And here, node majority and vote majority for different types of scenarios. It is used for 2 different types of scenarios there. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. So witness directory is not needed here, right? It's not. It's needed when you have even number of servers, because there will be a tie at certain point when half are down, half are up, and that is a situation that need to be avoided. And then witness directory plays its part there and says that, hey, my vote here, and it's yes, it's still a majority, don't take down any services. Okay, so node majority and vote majority. So that's going to be your screenshot number 2 here. It's node majority versus vote majority. So take a screenshot here of this diagram. Take a screenshot here of this diagram. that node majority versus vote majority, right? Take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here. So I'll just take a sample screenshot here. Node majority versus vote majority. So take a screenshot of this with your name in the background, and I'll put it quickly on. So screenshot 2 is node majority versus vote majority. So here in mail server, screenshot 2, node majority versus vote majority. So that's the screenshot 2.
Please, can I take the screenshot?
Yeah. There's a screenshot. So this is screenshot number 2, guys, and it's node majority versus vote majority. We get that, and node majority works in odd number of servers, and vote majority works for even number of servers. Okay, so that said, let's go ahead. Now that is what the discussion we did because of the word quorum here added, quorum purposes. And it also says when there is an even number of members in the DAG. So witness server and its directory are used only when there's an even number of members in the DAG. So this is what that meant, and I'll just put that. Okay, I'll have to update this slide. Actually, I got this in the clipboard. Okay, so that is that diagram. Now we can go for the next point as well, and here in the database mirroring topology, you can have a third server called the witness. Okay, we just talked about that. The witness server enables automatic failover from principal to mirror server or vice versa. So they're calling the active server as principal server and the mirror server the standby server. Now we saw that in the SQL mirroring as well, principal and mirror. They're using the same terminology here in Exchange server. But Exchange server databases have nothing to do with SQL server databases. Okay, Dylan says, sorry, this screen for screenshot 2. Yes, this is screenshot 2. It's in the WhatsApp as well. And the title is there in the WhatsApp. So unlike principal and mirror servers, the witness server does not serve the database. So yeah, that's the witness server is just there to make sure that availability is there. If not, then it's going to wake up the standby server. The role of the witness server is to verify whether a given partner server is up and functioning. So that's the role of the witness server. So you may get this question in final quiz. So supporting automatic failover is the only function of witness server. This is the main definition or statement here for the witness server. Supporting automatic failover is the only function for witness server. That's exactly what it does. Okay, so we get that, and it identifies which server holds the principal copy and which server holds the mirror copy of the database. So witness server always has a information that which server right now is active server and which server right now is passive server or standby server. So it has all that information. Okay, so now we get down to, well, requirements of witness server is just that it cannot be a DAG member, it cannot be an Exchange server as well. Requirements of the witness server, right? So witness server must be, requirements of witness server as follows. Witness server can be a member of the DAG, so we're not going to make it a member of the DAG. So it cannot be, obviously, an Exchange server, the witness server must be in the same Active Directory forest as DAG. So it can be a file server inside the same Active Directory forest where you have the two Exchange servers inside DAG. The witness server must be running Windows 2008 or later. We have Windows Server 2016, so it's okay. A single server can serve as a witness for multiple DAGs. So this means that you have multiple DAG groups there. So there's DAG group here, and then you have two more Exchange server, and it also is in a DAG group too. So one witness server can be good for two DAG groups as well, and this could be a final quiz question as well. So then a single server can serve as a witness for multiple DAGs. We talked about that. Each DAG requires its own witness directory. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to see that too when we create a witness server. Regardless of what server is used as the witness server, if the Windows firewall is enabled on the intended witness server, you must enable the Windows firewall exception for file and print sharing. The witness server uses SMB port 445. So if firewalls are on, add this port as an exception for the witness server communication and monitoring of the witness server towards the Exchange server. So it's going to monitor through this port if active is up, and if it is down, it will wake up the standby server right away. And then when the second and subsequent servers are added to the DAG, the following occurs. Now second and subsequent, so first we create a DAG group. We're about to create a DAG group now, and we're going to introduce the first Exchange server to the DAG group. Then we're going to introduce the second Exchange server to the DAG group. If we had 10 more, we would have added all those one by one to the DAG group. Then we're going to introduce the databases to the DAG group as well. So it just says here, when the second and subsequent servers are added to the DAG, the following happens. The server is joined to the Windows failover cluster for the DAG. And so in the background, there is failover clustering feature that is available that offers high availability. Actually, that's the main feature that offers high availability. So that feature gets to know, oh, okay, server 2 is there, and server 3, oh, you're also Exchange server, okay, welcome. So the quorum model is automatically adjusted. You remember now the quorum model, if it's even number of servers, it's vote majority. If it's odd number of servers, then it is node majority. So interesting question for final quiz. Okay, so we just talked about node majority and node and file share. So a node majority quorum model is used for DAGs with an odd number of members we talked about, and we have the diagram for node majority as well. And a node and file share majority quorum model is used for DAGs with an even number of servers. So what I called as vote majority is also known as node and file share majority. So this is also called node and file share majority. Also called node and file share majority. So I'll just update that. In the final quiz, you can have this as handy as well, the diagram, if there are more questions coming your way. Okay, so inside of this diagram, it's the same diagram, but yeah, I have just added some more information here. So you will, if you have taken the previous one, it's okay. But for your record, this one is also here. Okay, so the witness directory and share are automatically created by Exchange when needed. So we're gonna see that now when we're creating a new DAG, it's gonna ask for, hey, where's the witness directory server? So we're gonna be adding, we're gonna choose our domain controller as a witness server. Although it's supposed to be some other member server, but domain controller is also going to work. The server is added to the DAG object in the Active Directory. The cluster database is updated with information about mounted databases. So when you add the Exchange server to the DAG one by one, then automatically the background failover clustering service updates itself with how many databases in each Exchange servers are mounted. So it will have that information. Obviously, when we say that, okay, can you create a copy of my DB01 on the other Exchange server? Can you create a copy of my DB02 and then 03 on the other Exchange server? So then the DAG group and the background failover clustering service will exactly let us do that and create a copy of whichever database we want our copy created for. So that's the story for, or the explanation for the witness server and DAGs there. Okay, and I'll just update this with the also called node and file share majority. Right, I'll just update this diagram as well. Okay guys, so now we need to go for this lab for DAG and turn on. So what needs to be done here step by step. So turn off all server firewalls, check if we can log in from second Exchange server. So yeah, firewalls are off. I'm just gonna double check that. And second thing is check if the check if we can log in from second Exchange server. Check the storage paths of both Exchange servers. And this is what I need to confirm. So first of all, firewalls on 3 machines, all 3 servers, and then check if I can log in from, this is done. I can log in from second Exchange server as well. But so firewalls first, and then the storage path, is it exactly the same on the other server as well? This is something that I need to check now. Then we're going to go for the next steps. So check if we can log in from second Exchange server. Yes, done. But so I'm on the first server, and sometimes when we restart, the firewall decides to wake up that day, or someday it's just on with while we're sure that we turn it off. So I'll just click that firewall here and click the firewall here, and for training environment, and click firewall here. Okay, so firewalls are all good. And second thing, that the folder structure. So what do we mean by folder structure here? If I go to the second Exchange server, so it and if I go to the disks here, so I have the database F drive and logs as G drive. So I'm going to check that, do I have the 2 drives here in the second Exchange server? So if I go there and go for this PC, so yes, I have a database F drive and logs G drive. So database F drive and logs G drive. So both machines have that. If I go down to my second virtual machine and go down to database F drive, and I'm gonna check that, is it the same exact path? In fact, I'll just keep going, double clicking here, and so this is the whole path that is supposed to be here. So I'm just going to check on the third machine or second Exchange server. If I go inside, oops, I do not see a folder path there. So the one that is on second machine, and it goes program files, Microsoft, Exchange server, V15, Mailbox. So that path is not there. So I would want to create that path, but how? I can just create one extra database here and check it out if it lets me create that path. So DB0 up till DB03 I have here on Exchange server 1, which is virtual machine 2. So virtual machine 3, Exchange server 2, I'm going to be creating your first name DB04, and I will just try to give that folder structure, my program files, Microsoft, Exchange server, V15, Mailbox, right? So I need the whole path. So if I want to create that, I need to create one database, and that database will create that path for me. So I'm inside Exchange Server 2, which is virtual machine 3 here, and I want to minimize this server manager, and I want to go actually to the Exchange Control Panel ECP, which is actually the Exchange Admin Center. And inside this, I need to go to database. There is it also is updated from 3. I can see that the virtual machine 2 has 3 databases here, but I want to create in virtual machine 3 one database as well. So I'm just going to click the plus sign here for the database, and your first name db04. Why I'm creating a database? I don't need actually a 4th database, but I need that folder structure, so I can either create one by one those folders, or I can just create one database and tell it the path there. So I'm just going to click browse, and I need to create it on which server? 3rd server. Okay, and the whole path appears here for database. Now I just need to be careful that for the database it's F drive, for log files it is G drive. So I'll go for database as F drive, and for log files G drive. So the rest of the path remains the same. This is exactly what I want, that the path here should be exactly the same for the database and log files as it is there. Otherwise DAG will not work if slightly the path is different of the database, active database here, active database, and its copy database is on a different path. That's not acceptable. So that's why, the exact path I'm just putting here. So I'm just going to click save here, and it should be good. The path will be automatically created, and then the database will be created as well. Okay, so please restart the Microsoft Exchange Information Store service on server 3 after adding new mailbox databases. So I'm just going to press OK here, and DB04 is created here. I can see it from server 3, Exchange server, virtual machine 3, Exchange server 2. If I go to virtual machine 2, Exchange server 1, so did it get updated with what I just did now? So if I go to the admin center in Exchange server 1, virtual machine 2, and go to databases here, so yes, it also got updated. Oh, you created a DB04. Okay, so on server 2 we have 3 databases. On server 3 we have 1 database now, and they're all mounted. All I need to do is go to Exchange server 3 and go for information store service. I need to go to run, go to services. Actually it's already open here, and I need to just check that where is information store service, and that is okay. Sometimes it's just in front of me and I can't see that. Okay, so Exchange server, Microsoft Exchange Information Store. Oh, there it is. So I'll just right click here and restart. Whenever you add a database, you have to restart the information store service. Another interesting question. Okay, so it is restarted now, and you can see the notification broker service has stopped again, although I started that. So whenever the Exchange server needs it, it will start it, and whenever it doesn't need it, it will stop it. Right? All other services it needs continuously. Okay, so once that is done, I have the exact folder path created. Well, did I? So I'm just going to go to database here, and now I can see that there's program files, Microsoft, Exchange Server, V15, and Mailbox, and then this DB04. So this exact folder structure I needed here. If I go and compare it with this one, program files, Microsoft, Exchange Server, V15, Mailbox, and program files, Microsoft Exchange Server V15 Mailbox. So we got the exact folder structure here as well. Okay, so the third line can be checked. So check the storage path of both Exchange servers, done. we will use our domain controller as a file share witness. So according to the diagram here, first of all, we have even number of nodes. We have just 2 nodes, right? So we need a witness directory now, right? So we don't have 3 Exchange servers, we have 2 Exchange servers. So that is then vote majority, or also called node and file share majority. So in that case, I need to create a witness directory already, or I'll just tell or point the DAG. When we are creating the DAG, it's gonna ask, hey, which server you want to create witness directory. So I need to create a folder, empty folder in. So this was supposed to be file server in a big organization. In our case, it's going to be this server. So this is our witness directory server. So witness directory will be created here. And obviously when the DAG is getting created, it needs to know that which server. So it needs to access this server, and then it needs to access the witness directory as well. So it needs all this information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create that. I'm going to go to the C drive of server 1 and I'll create an empty folder. But not only that, I'm going to create that empty folder, I'm going to share that empty folder with full control read and write access. So shared folder with full control read space write. Okay, so this is what the slide says now, that we will use the domain controller as a file share witness, and on server 1 add Exchange Trusted Subsystem group to local administrator group. So we're going to do that and create a folder called witness and share with everyone full control. Okay, so this is a step I'm doing here first, and then I'm going to go for the above step, and I'm going to explain why we're doing that. So first of all, the witness has to be created. So I'm going to go to the server 1, this one, and go to this file explorer and go to this PC and C drive. So I'll go for local folder here, and well, we can just call it witness folder or whatever you want to call it, witness folder, and right click, share with specific people, and I'll go for specifically everyone and click the add button, and I'm just gonna give them the privileges of read write both. So this is just for the training environment. Obviously in production environment you just don't give any shared folder everyone read write. That's like all out access to that particular shared folder. So I'm just gonna click share here for this environment, and this is the path, the UNC path or shared folder path for the witness folder that is created in non-Exchange server or the domain controller. Well, that's not the best choice. Normally we go for member servers, but that's the only other server I have that is not Exchange server. And I'm going to click done here. Okay, so that is done, and if I just check out now, yes, now it says that, hey, if you want Exchange server or DAG group to accept this domain controller as a witness server as well, then you need to add the Exchange Trusted Subsystem to the local administrator group of that machine. So basically you're saying that this domain controller should trust the Exchange server, or whatever Exchange server wants to do settings in or changes in the witness folder. So let Exchange server access this server, in our case it's a domain controller, and then trust it. So we're basically telling the domain controller, hey domain controller, it's okay, trust those Exchange servers and they will make some changes, or they will keep on updating your witness folder. So it's okay. Those are our Exchange servers. It's okay. So I'm going to go to the domain administrator group on domain controller. If it was a member server, we would have gone for a local administrator group. Each server has a administrators group as well. So I'm going to go for the domain administrators group, and I'm going to look for user or group as Exchange Trusted Subsystem. So I'm going to go to server 1 and open Active Directory of the users and computers and look for administrators group first. Then I'm going to go ahead and add this Exchange Trusted Subsystem. So if I go back, so this is my server 1, and I'm going to try to minimize this and go for tools. I'll go for Active Directory users and computers in server 1. And where's the administrators group? I'll go for users. I think administrators group would be in built-in. Yeah, there it is. Administrators group built-in. So double click that, and members, the administrators group and members that I'm going for, add. And if anything that start with EXCHA, I'll just put the initial name and click the check name. So Exchange Trusted Subsystem is there as an account. This group, it is a group. Exchange Trusted Subsystem is a group. So domain controller can trust Exchange servers now, because Exchange servers will be updating the witness folder that is created in the domain controller now. So I'm going to just press OK here. So non-Exchange servers trusting the Exchange servers. So this is our screenshot number 3 here, guys. This is our screenshot number 3. Screenshot number 3. That Exchange Trusted Subsystem group is being added to the administrators group. So non-Exchange server is trusting Exchange servers, or trusting the DAG. So the title, take a screenshot here, and the title is, oops, whatever. And the title is, take a screenshot here, and the title is non-Exchange server trusting DAG. Non-Exchange server trusting DAG. So take a screenshot number 3. So I'll go ahead and take screenshot number 3 now. Put your name in the background somewhere. So screenshot 3, non-Exchange server trusting DAG. Non-Exchange server trusting DAG. The screenshot is there. And mail server screenshot 3, non-Exchange server trusting DAG. So that's our screenshot 3. Which one? This one. Okay, so Exchange Trusted Subsystem here. Now, if you've taken the screenshot number 3, then I'm going to press OK here and add this. If I don't do this, then the witness server or witness directory will not work, and DAG will not work as well. So I'm going to click apply here, OK, and go to the domain and refresh here. So once that is done, then I'll go back to this Exchange. Okay, so now make sure all servers can ping each other. Also, NSLOOKUP gives same result on all servers. Well, okay, well, I'm sure they're pinging each other. So, yep, I'll just go ahead and ping from server 1 to server 2 and 3, right? And NSLOOKUP on all. Okay. Ouch, what happened? Oh, actually. So I'm logging into this. So I'm connecting to. I've connected to the first server, and I'll quickly go for here ping. So it's it's a by name service. DAG is a by name service. So the name here is your first name serve 2 and your first name serve 3. Okay, so your first name serve 2 and ping your first name serve 3 and NSLOOKUP. So yes, this is okay here. So ping your first name serve 2 and hey, can you put comma and your first name serve 3? Does it ping serve 3? Okay, no, that was another way. Forgot 2 and okay, it has IPv6 there. Your first name serve 3. Okay, so it's pinging itself. Seriously, it's supposed to ping your first name serve 1 and NSLOOKUP. Done. So 2 also has name resolution and pinging going on fine, and the third one is ping your first name serve 1 and your first name serve 2 and NSLOOKUP. Done. Okay, so seems like everything is fine in terms of communication and by name access. So now the next is create DAG. So I'm just going to create DAG now, and then add members. And members just mean here Exchange servers, and then add Mailbox database copies. So which are mounted and active. Well, those are the only copies there. Okay, so I'm just going to create DAG now, and for that, so I'm in, oh, serious? What is that? It says third server. Okay, that's the other browser, and it's again 542. Time here is 542 times 542. Also, I don't need the internet connection in my. So I'll just go for server 1 and disable my internet connection here as well, and then Control C out of that, NSLOOKUP, and then ipconfig/flush DNS, and register DNS. So once that is done, I'll try to go ahead, although that was server 3 was still giving me that error, which is not good or strange why it would just do that now. Although I can control server 3 from server 2 as well, in terms of just Exchange server settings. Okay, so I'm there in my second machine, which is the first Exchange server, and I'll go for the database availability group, which is this one. So I see that the 2 servers are detected. I see that the 4 databases are detected as well, which has been created with vendor best practices. So I'm going to go for database availability group here, and then I will then create the plus sign. I'll click the plus sign here, and this is the database availability group. So suppose it is Toronto branch, so Tor DAG, or okay, GB DAG, and GB-DAG, and then witness server. What is the name of the server, the computer name, right? So that would be the computer name here. I'm just going to go for server 1 here and local server. So this is the server 1, and well, this is the name. I can go for full FQDN here. Your first name server 1 dot your personal domain dot local. So I'll tell that, okay, my witness server is this, right? And then it's saying the witness directory. So exact local path of the witness directory, not the shared folder path or the UNC path. It will be the local path there. So what is the local path? If I go back there to the server 1, so it's so this is the path, C drive witness folder. So I'll just go for C:\/ witness folder. So that's C:\/ witness folder, right? Also it says that you want to put an IP address, or do we put, so we can put our own IP address here as well. Oh, yeah. So we can put our own IP address here as well, which could be a separate IP address than, which has never been used. So DAGs with member servers using Windows 2012 or later don't need DAG IP addresses. You can assign static IP addresses, or you can utilize dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP by adding to this field. So if I don't put any IP address here, then it is also okay, and it should just get it from the DHCP. So for now, this is the DAG configuration that I'm putting. So obviously I need to check if everything goes well. It's gonna communicate with the server 1 here, and then it's gonna try to configure the DAG. So I'm just gonna click save button here, and well, that was fast. So yeah, the GB-DAG is created, and the witness server it accepts as. So we did check all the communication. We pinged an NS lookup, and then also removed that second network card that was connecting to internet with a separate DNS server. So that could have been disruptive as well, but it went fine. It's just created right away. But that's just a start. So this is our screenshot number 4 here that DAG created. Screenshot number 4 is DAG created. Take a screenshot here. Screenshot 4, take a screenshot here. DAG created. Okay, so DAG created, and I'll just take a sample screenshot here. So take a screenshot here and put DAG created with your name there in the background. So screenshot for DAG created, and here mail server, then screenshot for equals DAG created. Okay. So if you've taken that screenshot for with your name in the background, so then the next steps are to introduce the so this is create DAG done, and then there's add members. So we need to introduce the Exchange server server 2 and server 3, which is Exchange server 1 and Exchange server 2. So with this DAG is selected here, and there are some here buttons that we can click. So there is that manage DAG membership, right? So it says manage DAG membership. So while the DAG is selected, if I click that manage DAG membership, so it says that okay, you can just go ahead and add and remove servers. So I have two servers here, Exchange server 1, Exchange server 2, and I'll just I'll start adding those two servers. I'm just going to click the plus sign here, and yes, these are the two servers here. Hopefully the Exchange server 2 on machine 3 cooperates as well. I'm just going to double click that. It's added here. First I'll just add this Exchange server. I'll press OK. It's added here, and I'm going to click save. So the task is installing the Windows failover clustering component on server 2. So that's a separate failover clustering service that we need to add in SQL Server. We need to add that ourselves, but it's just doing that in the background for us. So because okay, so it is done installing the failover clustering service in the background. Okay, so you saving completed successfully. You've completed the operation, and I'll click close here. And so the member servers have started showing up here. So the first member server is this local server here, and now I'm going to add the second member server here. So I'm just going to go back to this button again. I'll go back to the plus sign. I'll go to the server 3 and click the add button here, and I'm going to press OK. So as the second member server now being added to the DAG, I'll click save. It is saying the task is installing Windows failover clustering to server 3 as well. So it says that it has successfully added the two DAG members. So I'm going to click close here. So now this is our screenshot number 5. DAG members added. So this is our screenshot number 5. Screenshot number 5, DAG members added. So take a screenshot here with your name in the background. So I'll take a sample screenshot now. DAG members added. So I'll take a screenshot here, and so DAG members added screenshot 5, DAG members added. Screenshot 5, DAG members added. And if we go back here, if you've taken the screenshot, did I? Yeah, screenshot added there. So then we need to go for databases as well, and if I go for the next steps, then it says add mailbox database copies. So that's where it gets a little tricky. Hopefully it just goes fine with when you're doing live labs. Obviously it's anything could happen, but normally it should go fine. So what are we trying to do here? We are trying, so if I go to the databases here, after creating a DAG, so it says here that DB01 is on server 2, and servers with copies, there's only one copy of DB01 and it is living on server 2, serve 2. DB02 is only one copy there and is living on server 2, and DB3 is only one copy living on server 3, and DB4 is only one copy living on server 3. So if you want to create another copy, so that server's name will appear here where there's another copy available there of DB01. So right now there's only one copy, and that's the active one. That's the only one there. But I want to create another copy, but for DB01 in server 3. If I am successfully done with that, so that server 3 name will appear here as well. So I have gone to the database tab here, and there's a DB01 selected here, and there are three dots here which are not actually showing me anything. If I go to servers side here as well and refresh here, so, and database side again, so and I'll refresh here as well, everything, right? Yes, now it shows add database copy. So this option comes here after you have configured successfully with the witness server database availability group. So after that, if you go to databases and select that or refresh, then so I've selected the DB01 and I'm going to the three dots here that says add database copy. So it's just asking, hey DB01, do you want your standby copy, passive copy on any other server? So I'm just going to click that add database copy now, and then it asks that, okay, mailbox database name is this, specify the mailbox server where you want your standby copy to be created. So I'm going to click the browse button here, and this is the server 3. I'm going to double click that. So that's where I want my copy of DB01 to be created. and it says activation preference number. So, and there is 1 or 2. So which one to activate, which one would you prefer to activate if the first database goes down? Well, we have only one other copy. Suppose you had 3 or 4 copies there in 3 or 4 Exchange servers. In that case, you would have gone for then in that case you would have gone for the second or third. So suppose you had here 3 more copies, right, of the DB01 first copy on server 3, DB01 second copy on server 4, DB01 third copy on server 5, right? So then you can prefer that, okay, if this active one goes down, I prefer that the services should be failed over to, suppose, DB03. I mean the third copy or the fourth copy or the 7th copy here. I prefer that go fail over to 7th copy. So otherwise, whichever is next available is good enough for it to fail over. If the first one goes down, which copy to fail over to? We're just creating a second one, so obviously the second one would be the choice here. And servers hosting a copy of this database. Yes, this is already a server that has DB01, and I want an extra copy to be created for this in server 3 as well. And if I go further down, so there's more options written here. If I click that more options, so replay lag time. What is replay? Replay is whatever was being saved here is being copied to it's a copy on server 3. So server 2 has DB01, which is active one, and whatever is happening here is being copied or replayed on server 3. It's copied on server 3 as well. So why would you want to have a replay lag time? Maybe you want to have a lag time. It says use this field to configure the amount of time that the Microsoft Exchange replication service should wait before replaying log files that have been copied to this database copy. The maximum value for this field is 14 days. So what it says here is that if you want to delay the copying, right? So this is DB01 here, and you have DB01 copy 01 copy created here, right? So this is suppose the passive one. So now it is copying everything to its passive or standby copy. So DB01, whatever is going on here is synchronizing everything to DB01. But suppose you say here, actually, I want a delay here. So I want a delay of 2 days here. So this means that whatever happened here, whatever changes were done here in DB01 after 2 days will be sent to DB02. Why would you even want to do that? Don't you want this copy to be updated to the last second, right away updated? So this is if suppose you see that there are some corruption going on here, like some items are corrupted and those items are actually being copied to the other database, the standby database as well, and then it will also have updated with some corrupted items in the mailbox, some attachments that are actually virus infected attachments. So you want some kind of delay of all the data that is coming to the active database, and and during that delay you can actually run some manual antivirus, anti-malware services there to check that what's going on and check the current items, and that after 2 days it's going to be copied, everything will be copied to the other standby database. So why don't I just check first what's going on and make sure that if the scan has been done for all the emails, you can just put 1 day as well as a delay here. But you would want to delay if you're suspecting that there are some corrupt items that should not get copied to your database, standby database that you're really relying on if the disaster does strike. So you want this database to be clean database and should not have any corrupted items or virus infested items, right, or malware infected items. So that's where then this whole thing of lag replay lag comes. There's another option called postpone seating. What is seating? So check this box to indicate that the database copy should not be explicitly seeded by the task. When postponing seeding, an administrator must manually seed the database copy. So seeding just means sending updates of one database to another, to its standby partner, right? So you want to simply postpone that, then you can do that too. Suppose you don't want anything to be copied to the passive database because of some corruption, or you now are sure from the log file reports that there is a malware in some of the emails there. So you would just postpone sending that. Instead of replay lag, you will simply postpone that. Hey, don't update my other database. I need to cross check now first. There are some reports in the log files, and antivirus report also says that there's some mailboxes that have received an attachment that has a malware. So you would stop the seeding right away and would not corrupt the standby copy. So we don't need to go for all these options, but we should know that what are these options for. Now, if you have if this has all been set up, so I'm just introducing, or I'm telling that, hey, hey DAG, can you create DAG, right? Hey DAG, so can you create a standby copy of this DB01 in server 3 as well? Thank you very much. So I'll click save and hope that everything goes well, because now this Exchange server will go over the network to this Exchange server and create that copy here. So I'll click the save button here, and it's trying to, then it's going to try to create a copy. It says here seeding DB01 to server 3 as well. And if that was a big database, then you may have to wait even all night for this copy. Suppose it's the database itself is 100 GB, 200 GB. So normally databases have to be kept light as well. So it's creating a copy on server 3, and this much has been read, this much has been written, and remaining is this much from db01.edb. Okay, so it says here saving completed successfully, and you've completed the operation. So this is good, and I'm going to click the close button here. Now I can see that there is the DB01's active copies on server 2, because it says active on server. This column is very, very important, right? Active on server is 2, while servers with copies. So there's one copy in server 2, for DB01 and one copy is on server 3 for DB01, but it is active on server 2 right now, right? So if I want to check that out, that is there a copy there, although this dashboard just says it fine that yes, server 3 has the other copy of this DB01 database. So I'll go for server 3 here and come here. So this is the path where I am, and I had created their DB04, but yes, DB01 is also now showing here in server 3. I never created that directly here. I only directly created DB04 here, but DB01's copy is in server 3 as well now. So this means that we have successfully created the copy of that database active on server 2 while passive on server 3. So this is going to be our screenshot number 6, that database DB01 copy created on server 3, serve 3. So this is screenshot number 6. Take a screenshot here. Screenshot number 6. DB01 copy created in serve 3. Screenshot number 6. DB01 copy created in serve 3. So I'll take a sample screenshot here. So screenshot 6, DB01 copy created in serve 3. DB01 copy created in serve 3. I'll put it on mail server. Screenshot 6. DB01 copy created in serve 3. Okay, so this is a screenshot 6, and the title is there. DB01 copy created in serve 3. Now I can just go ahead and create the copies of DB02 and 3 as well. So I'll just select that. So I'll also check that if I can select more than one, and then does this option come? No, it has to be one by one. Add database copy option does not come for the 2 selected databases, so I have to select one and then go to 3 dots, and then it goes for add database copy. So one by one. Now we know the drill here, that we need to just put all this information and click the save button, and it should create the DB02's copy in server 3 as well. So I'll click close here, and then I'll go for DB03, add database copy, save. Ooh, obviously I forgot to go for server 3. Yeah, sure, Gideon. So, okay guys, it's break time, and yeah, pretty much we're kind of very much done here. It's just creating the 3rd copy. So, well, okay, break time. Starts. So 6:30. Okay, there's a break. resuming now. So we'll continue with what we were doing. So the third mailbox. So if we go back to our diagram here, so we have been able to create DB01 copy in the second Exchange server, a passive copy for that, and the second DB02 passive copy here, and then DB03 passive copy here. So these are DB01 and DB02 and DB03. So these are all passive or standby databases that we have created. But then what are the options to really switch over or fail over? So there's that. So once this is done and the copies are back there, then the synchronization can happen, the synchronization can begin, and all the mailboxes in DB01, because it didn't have a big size, so it didn't take much time to create a passive or standby copy of this on the server 3. So if it had a lot of mailboxes there, then we would have to wait for a long time for the big database to be copied, to have its copy created across the LAN on server 3. Now if we go back here, so the third database copy is created as well, but active on tells us that right now it's active on this database. So if I select this, there's some extra information here for, so DB01 here, and if I go down, there's DB01 and serve2 active, mounted. So there's per database, there's information going on that is active, mounted, copy queue length 0, content index state healthy, and so content index state failed. So content index state is that can you do a search in that, so indexing service of that database, how is it right now? So normally you can just suspend the index servicing or activate that or remove it and then create it again. Index service is the search service. You can do searching with the help of that. So on serve2 it is okay, and serve3 it is failed. If I go for DB02, so on serve2 the indexing service is okay, or the search service, but and also here serve3 it is okay, and DB03 it is also okay. So the thing is that now if I go to DB01, so it also shows healthy here for the search service or content index state. So that's one thing that, okay, we created a copy, done. DAG was created, members were introduced, and then copy of the databases were created, and active one is on server 2. So can the DB01, 2, 3 databases be active on server 3 as well? Can they be activated on server 3 as well? This means that active on server means that all the mailbox connections will be connecting to whichever copy is active, right? So it is active on server 2, the 3 databases. How about if we can make it active on server 3, and how to do that? So for that, if I go to the servers area, and in the servers area we have server 2 and then server 3 here, right? So if I select server 2, so on server 2 on the right side you can see that there is server switchover, right? So server switchover, we can plan the switchover. We can change the active database from 2 to 3 and back from 3 to 2. So if all the active databases on server 2 right now, we can go to server switchover, and then we can put all the active databases on server 3. If I go to databases, so this is the server 2 databases. Databases are active on server 2, right? So this will be our screenshot number 7, that we can go for all databases active on server 2. Well, it's not all actually, so we can say DB0123 active on server 2. So take a screenshot number 7, DB0123 active on server 2. So take a screenshot here, take a screenshot here, DB0123 active on server 2. Let's take a screenshot here. So I'll take a sample screenshot now. I think I should take that screenshot. So DB0123 active on, so screenshot 7. DB0123 active on server 2. Okay, and sample screenshot there as well. And server screenshot 7, DB0123 active on server 2. So the screenshot is of this page. So DB0123 are active on server 2. So I'm going to try to do a switch over now, and I want the DB0123 to be active on server 3 instead of server 2, right? So for that I need to do a switch over. I'm going to click that servers here, and I'm on server 2. So I want to do a server switchover, which means all active databases will switch over to the passive, and passive will become active. So right now all passive or standby databases are on server 3, and I'm going to click that server switchover. So once I click that server switchover, so it says there switchover active database copies from current server to the target server. So do you want to switch over that? And we say automatically choose the target server, specify a server as a target for switchover. So obviously the other server is server 3. Suppose we had 5 or 6 other Exchange servers where there are copies also created, then you would have gone for automatically choose a target server, and it would have chosen any Exchange server as a target server of its choice. Or you can just specifically mention that, oh no, just switch over to serve 7 or serve 8. Suppose we had that many. Right now we have just second one is 3, so that's good. Over like if we keep it on automatic, obviously it's gonna all fill over to server 3 here. Or we can just simply specify as well. I'm gonna click save here, which means that yes, automatically choose a target server, and we're expecting that the databases should be switched over to server 3. I'm going to click save here. Saving completed successfully. You've completed the operation, and I'll click close here. So now I need to check the databases again, and I'll refresh this as well. So now it shows that DB0123 are active on server 3. After the switchover, DB0123 are active on server 3. So this would be our screenshot number 8. Screenshot 8 is DB0123 are active on server 3. DB123 are active on server 3, right? So once we did the switch over, they're active on server 3. So that's our screenshot number 8, screenshot number 8, and the title would be somewhat same, DB0123 active on server 3. So I'll take a sample screenshot now, screenshot 8. DB0123 active on server 3. Should have been 010203, but no, you get the idea. So I'll just put it on WhatsApp as well. Mail server screenshot 8 DB0123 active on server 3. So once we do switch over, then it is so now this screenshot number 8 shows that the switchover was successful, and we saw that in the video as well, or like you're seeing that as well. So here, active on server 3 is just a matter of, now you can see that pretty much DB04 is also on 3, and DB0123, so they're all on 3. So I can just switch over all the active databases back to I can just choose the server itself, and there's that database as well, and this is just add database copy here, and so when you choose the database, it's just showing all this information. Oh, I didn't create that DB04's copy, which is living in server 3, and I didn't create a copy of that in server 2, but we get the idea that how to do that. This is just one database here, and it shows it's all the, so suspend, you can suspend the database, you can activate the database, you can remove the database as well, but we were able to just migrate or fail over, actually not migrate, fail over the databases to another server, and all the connections would have gone to the second server here, server 3. So I'm going to go back to servers here, and now it is that I can go for server 3 here as well, and then here I can do a server switch over back as well, and then I'll just click save. So I'm just failing over, I failed over first, and then I'm failing back all the databases. It says successful, so I need to refresh here, then I need to go to databases and refresh here as well. So they actually show that they're all failed back to server 2 now. So that's very good. It's pretty smooth, and well, that was switchover, right? So the switchover and failover, there are differences there, and with switchover in DAG, these are called star overs. So switchover and failover, right? So switchover in DAG means that we want to fail over the database copies from active to passive as a planned task for maintenance purpose or patching purpose, right? So this would be like you're doing some maintenance and then you have to fail over. And patching purpose as well, how does then patching or doing all the Microsoft updates, installing all the Microsoft updates monthly that come to do that. So how does that work? If suppose you have this database here on server 2 and its passive copy or standby copies on server 3. So what you do when patching, or how do you do the patching here? So patching is that you go to the passive copy and you actually or server 3. First you go to server 3 knowing that this is a standby. None of the end users or Outlook will not be connecting, Outlook client will not be connecting to this. They will be connecting to the server 2 based databases there. So you would just install all the Windows updates here. You would even restart the server 3 and nothing will happen to the end user connections there. Then if once it is done, then you can fail over the whole server 2 databases for server 3. Once the on server 3 you did the patching, you installed the critical updates, security updates there, and then you restarted that server, right? Once you restart the passive server, it doesn't really affect the active server obviously, and then once it is fully restarted, then you can fail over the server 2 to server 3, then come back here. Now these are the passive servers. You install all the Microsoft updates and critical updates, driver updates, Windows updates, and then restart this server as well. So this is how the patching actually works. And if we go back, so we can do switchover. This means that it is whenever we want, we can do we can switch over the databases, active database from server 2 to server 3, and switch back as well. But then failover in DAG means that there's the server, an Exchange server with active database copies crashed, and the databases automatically failed over, got activated on the other Exchange server. So failover when the disaster strikes, switch over when you're planning to move or fail over the databases or switch over the databases. So failover is disaster equals to disaster, switchover is intentional. That's the difference between the two. So okay, so well, we checked that the switchover works, but what about the failover, right? So if I go back here and I'll try to switch over once more all the active databases on server 3, then I will try to crash server 3 myself and check that if they are in the mounted state on server 2. So the plan is switch over all the databases on server 3, so they should be active on server 3, and then crash the server 3 and check if automatically they are filled back to server 2, and the server 2 should be showing that they are active, mounted and active on server 2. Well, this would let us test that the failover also works, or if the disaster does strike on the server that has active databases, then it's going to fail over automatically as well. So for that, I'm just gonna go back to the servers here, and first of all, I'm just gonna switch over from server 2, which is the current active, which has all the active databases right now. So I'm gonna go to server 2 and do another switchover, server switchover, and I'll click save, like automatically go ahead and go to the other server and put all the activate all the databases on the server 3. So it's doing that now. I'm going to close and go to databases and refresh. Oh, refresh the whole browser level. So once we go to the databases, so yes, they are all switched over successfully to the server 3. So I have the copies of DB0123 only on both Exchange servers, right? But not the 4. So I'm about to crash server 3 that has the active copies. What I'm expecting is that after the crash, this should show that it should just show server 2 here, active on server 2. This means that what I'm expecting is that right now they're active on server 3. If server 3 crashes, automatically the failover should occur, and they should fail over to act and be activated on server 2. So this should show server 2 if when I crash this Exchange server. So this should automatically show that they've failed over to server 2, right? So I'm going to go to server 3 where all the active databases are, and I'm going to right click and power, and there's a power off. Power off is an unsafe way to turn off the server. Shutdown is a better way because it waits for all the services to be shut down. But power off, which means that maybe the disaster happened, it just shut down itself, no warning there. I'm going to click power off now on server 3, which has all the active databases 1, 2, 3, right? If I power off and gone, so it's gone, it's power off, and I'll go back to server 2 here where I need to refresh this, right? So as soon as I refresh, it still is trying to detect that, first of all, that it is happening or not. So it's trying to detect that. So we keep on refreshing, or sometimes it does not. Oh, there you go. So it's already on server 2. Oh, again, I did a browser-based refresh. I'll go to server side, go to databases, and now it is on server 2 automatically, right? So it has not updated the status here, but it is now automatically active on server 2 while the other server is actually crashed. So this means that failover works smoothly and without any errors. But does it show any error? So it tells me that yes, mounted, all are mounted as well. So what we were expecting is done, but the DB04 that had no copies and the only copy was there on server 3, that is unknown now, because we know that server 3 is crashed, right? It's crashed down. So that's also proof that DB04 that was only on server 3 is unknown, while the copies were there for DB0123. DB123 copies were there on both server 2 and 3, and server 3 is down, but it's still up. The database is failed over automatically. I didn't do anything except I crashed that other server that had those active databases 1, 2, 3. So if I go to servers, does it detect any disaster, or does it report anything? Refresh. If I go to server 3 and refresh, doesn't say anything here, but it has lost redundancy right now. So if I just keep refreshing here, so status of the databases is still going to update that real soon. That is mounted. They're mounted back to server 2. So failover successful after crash is the title for the screenshot number 9. So failover successful after crash. It also says one bad copy, so that's a proof that one of the copy is not available and one copy only is available now, so no redundancy. So there's one bad copy showing there. So if both are available and there is redundancy, then it's going to show 0 bad copy, right? So let's take a screenshot number 9, and that is after crash failover successful. So let's take a screenshot number 9, after crash failover successful. So screenshot number 9, after crash failover successful. So where it's showing that it's not powered on, so I'll take a sample screenshot here. So screenshot 9 after crash failover successful, and I would suggest do try this whole lab at home. Fail server equals screenshot 9 after crash failover successful. Oh, yeah, got to do. So this is a screenshot. So after crash failover successful. So this is a screenshot. After crash failover successful. Okay, so this is the DAG that I wanted to show, and it works fine here. So that's for the DAG, and we can go for the next topic, which is actually we're gonna switch to ExchangeOnline, which everyone can actually also participate in. So the DAG topic is this much, and I'll just go ahead. Now guys, we need to then all switch to our ExchangeOnline account. We need to all log into Office 365 or Microsoft 365 and log in from that Office 365 account. And now the screenshots, you will also be putting screenshots of your own in your Office 365, right? ExchangeOnline. So everyone please log into ExchangeOnline, and then we're going to do some of those labs. So I'm just going to shut down this. So let's log into our Office 365, right? So for that, I'm going to go to incognito mode here because I'm already logged in from George Brown Office 365 for OneNote. So I'll try to go for incognito here. Office 365 Exchange. Take screenshots of your own screen. Okay, so let's try to connect, and here, so I'll just put that portal.office.com. So everyone log in from portal.office.com, right? So it's good to sign out from OneNote and do that. Otherwise, go for incognito or go for another browser to log in. You can have Firefox, you can have Edge browser there, or you have then the Chrome or incognito mode. I'm just trying to go for that, which is on the top right here, the three dots here, this one, three dots, and new incognito mode window. So if you're really stuck with something, then just email me the reason and the screenshot, and then follow the video. Otherwise, screenshots are must on that day. So portal.office.com, I'm just going to press enter here and hope that it does not log me into anything. Okay, it does not. So then I'll just go for the office. So I had created that account, your first name GA, and then at gbarmorfall2020.onmicrosoft.com. So the other account that was there, in fact, was the admin. So I'm gonna copy this. I gotta, put it somewhere. So this one was admin at gbarmorfall2020. I'm going to log in from this account, and everyone, I think, created the account like this, at admin and at gb and your first name fall2020.onmicrosoft.com. So I'll just go back here, and then I'll just paste it here, and I'll click next now, and it says that no, that's not your username. You're kidding me. So, oh, maybe it was my first name admin, Amir admin, so AMER admin. I guess that was it. Next. Oh yes, that was it. So let me just change that here as well. It was your first name admin at gb your first name fall2020.onmicrosoft.com. So that's a pretty long one. And the password, small ABC, capital C, should 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I guess the class password. Yes. And stay signed in, no. Okay, so I'm logged into Office 365 or Microsoft 365, and if you have logged in, you can go down to this gray button, gray square with A written there, which is the admin button there. So obviously this admin button is where all the admin centers are. Okay, so I see Gideon says kindly paste the email address here, please. Please, Brady says, and Brady just says please. Oh, and Khalid says I've sent you emails regarding. Oh, okay, I haven't got a response. Do I take screenshots still? Yes, Khalid, you can, and do try to use some other device at home. I know that you tried different browsers and everything, but try to go for a different device as well, and maybe a cell phone, separate cell phone. You can just do it from there as well. But that was, something should have completed before. But okay, that there are many ways to do this. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna click the admin here. Now King's List shows this error. Okay, yeah. Gideon was saying to copy paste the email address. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Oh, very good. So that's Amir's email there on the chat, and this is another Amir's email on the chat. So yeah, this, and I'll just put it here as well so you guys could check it out. And Kingsley shows this. So yes, this keeps on happening. The Kingsley, go to the. Are you in incognito mode here? So go to incognito mode and then put portal.office.com there. So hopefully you know how to go to incognito mode, and it can't be found. So that's just a spell mistake. We're sorry, but so try to make sure that what you created at that day is exactly the spellings you're putting here now. Hopefully you've taken a screenshot. Actually, I asked everyone to take a screenshot, so just check your previous screenshots there. What is the exact spellings there? And other thing is go incognito and then type it, right? So try to go He's on GA. Oh yeah, Kingsley, go for your first name admin. Don't go for GA or global admin. Go for your first name admin. I just put that whole thing there on WhatsApp, on WebEx. So try to go for your first name admin. Kingsley admin. Okay, thank you, Martian, for noticing that. And admin account. So guys, just make sure that it's not the GA account. That's not it. You're going for this one. Your first name admin, right? This one. And I just copy pasted it in WhatsApp and also on WebEx. Okay, so I got some more pictures here. Oh, there are pictures actually coming there. So the first one is this, then Kingsley shows Kingsley GA, yeah. So then this picture is there. So Kingsley, as I just mentioned, just go for the other account because you've created that one, but you didn't write it here, I guess, or you forgot. This one, yes, we all wrote there, but the other one we created the account with. We created the Office 365 with another account, which is admin, right? So I'll go for the next picture here. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can. And that is showing. So guys, here, if you see that, you don't have to go for MFA now. You can click back, or you can close this, right? And just skip it. So either click back, and wherever it says exit, just exit it. And this is us asking for configuring a multi-factor authentication, and that is MFA. So we're not going to configure MFA now. So, and there's another screen here. So just go back and try to just cancel out from here. Okay, these are the screenshots till now. Okay, two-factor auth, yes. There's no exit. Yeah, just then try to go back, Jericho, and try to cancel out, or just go for the back button of the browser until you're just out, right? Like you can just log in again as well, and at the start it will ask for you to exit. So I'm going to click the show all here. So this is the admin center. Just make a habit of the icons on the top. There is that red square icon here, right? That is the admin center. So this is our headquarters, or this is a central dashboard from where we can launch our ExchangeOnline, right? So there will be SharePoint Online also coming in next courses, and AWS is totally online as well. So anyway, this Microsoft 365 Admin Center here, if you go down further, so you can see, first of all, you have to just click Show All, right? So it will show all the admin centers, and one of the admin centers is this Exchange. So last time we went to Exchange here, so this one, right? So you need to click this Exchange, and it's going to open as a separate tab here, and its icon will be yellow envelope. So I need to get familiar with that tab with yellow envelope icon. So if I click that Exchange now, so it opens up on the other tab, and it is going to show the yellow envelope there. And yes, there's a yellow envelope there, and you can see that it's pretty much the same environment, other than that you don't see the servers at the end in ExchangeOnline, while you do see servers on the on-premises Exchange server, because that whole servers area, databases, underlying databases and servers are being handled by Microsoft in the background now. So all the other services are still there that we need to understand. Okay, so this is the Exchange Admin Center, and here we see the recipients here as well. Recipients under the dashboard, you can see recipients, and in the last class we also in the recipients we created the your first name 01, your first name GA, which is global admin, your first name 02, 03, 04, 05. We created all these user accounts here, right? So these are the mailboxes that were created in admin center, right? So there's that Microsoft 365 admin center. If I go back there just to show, and can't see the exchange. Gideon says can't see the exchange. You can share the screenshot, Gideon, and you can't see the exchange. So Gideon, you're on Microsoft 365 admin center like this. So if you're on the admin center, this one, right? Then click show all. Okay, Harshan says press show all. So this is all you should be seeing, and there's a show all written here. So click that show all as, and then you go down here and you see exchange, right?
Excuse me. Is the password a class password?
Yes. Well, that's what I put. And if you put the class password, so yes, it is a class password. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 to 3, and without shift 1 to 3. So small ABC, capital ABC, shift 1 to 3, without shift 1 to 3 here on Webex chat. Okay. I was saying that in the admin center, there's a users here. In the users, in last class, we went to active users, and in the active users are all these users that I showed that can be synchronized from local Active Directory, which we didn't do, but we did create all other users as well that your first name 01, your first name 02. So if I just go for my first name here, so these are the users that we created, or every one of us created. Your first name 01, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, and we pretty much gave the licenses to all the users. Okay, this was done in 365 Admin Center with a red square, but the other one is yellow envelope, and that's the mailboxes or the whole ExchangeOnline. So in that we have recipients, and we have your first name 01, GA. So all these mailboxes are created online, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is there is groups, and we actually created all types of groups there as well. There was that distribution list. There is mail enabled security group and dynamic distribution list, right? So mail enabled security group, distribution list, and dynamic distribution list. So we created those and we tested them as well. Now there is that resources, and this is and then the contacts and shared, and then migration. So what are the resources? We need to check that out. And then what are the contacts? So in the resources, this is pretty straightforward thing here. Well, that gets tricky after some time. So resources are, you can see in the plus sign, or in the beside the plus sign is down arrow, right? In the resources, in recipients, and there you see room mailbox and equipment mailbox. So what is that? I'm just going to give a definition here first. So ExchangeOnline and resources mailbox are used to schedule resources for a specific time. In these types of mailboxes, we only use their calendars, right? So purely we're using the calendars only of these mailboxes. And what kind of resources can be there? So there are room mailboxes, and so resources are room mailbox and equipment mailbox. Equipment mailbox, right? So room mailbox, obviously we can use the calendar of a meeting room, conference room, to schedule it for our meetings, right? For our meetings there, right? So this is a mailbox in the name of a meeting room. Suppose it's a floor 11 meeting room, or the conference hall. So it could be any of those names, but the mailbox itself will not be used for sending and receiving emails, right? So I use for resources of specific time, and in these we only use their calendars. We do not use these mailboxes for regular email send receive, for regular email send receive, right? We don't use it for regular email send receive, but we use its calendar to simply put our just schedule those rooms there. So that's the main purpose of the room mailbox and equipment mailbox. So we can use the calendar of a conference room to schedule it for our meetings, and for equipment we can use the calendar of an equipment to schedule its use. For example, projector. So suppose Canon 6923 projector. Such model do not exist. I just came up with something like Canon 6923. I don't know. So, but suppose there's a projector, or maybe there's a construction company and they have a lot of big equipment there. Crane number 1, crane number 2. Or bulldozer number 3, bulldozer number 4, right? So you want to schedule them. Hey, I want to use it for that project. Oh, I want to schedule it for 3 months for that project. So everyone would know from the calendar of that equipment that, oh, it has been already taken, right? So room mailbox and equipment mailbox are just for their calendars usage, and through that calendar we can schedule that who's going to use for how long, and then when it is available for others to schedule, right? So that's room mailbox. If I go back to this in the resources, so you can go and click that down arrow here, and there's a room mailbox, right? So once we click the room mailbox, so you can see the room name here, and obviously you will put your first name, and then meeting room, your first name, meeting room, right? And Control A, Control C, Control V, just copy the same thing here in email address as well. So your first name, meeting room, and this is email address. Now what we can do here is, well, the location, suppose it's third floor, just put something there, third floor, suppose it's in third floor, and whatever the number is, and the capacity is 30, right? So suppose it has a capacity of 30 people. So this is how you can just go for a room mailbox. And now suppose you have many conference halls in a big building and many meeting rooms there, so you would create that many room mailboxes, because you will have a specific calendar for every one of those. What of the phone number? Yeah, so this is just okay, I'll just go for 905-879 and 654. Hopefully that's not a phone number. Oh, did I just put, I didn't put anything. I'll just put an actual phone number. You want me to put, so this is imaginary phone number, you don't have to put anything, right? So it's just imaginary phone number. Yeah, just an example, exactly. this is just an example, guys. Hopefully that's nobody's phone number. So this is just an example, just put something there, right? Okay, so but we get the idea that okay, that's the name of the meeting room. It's actually on 3rd floor, suppose it is, and it has a capacity of 30 people, and that's the random phone number, some phone number that we put. But suppose it's the phone number of the department secretary who actually looks over all the schedules. You can put the phone number of that person, right? Otherwise it's a room, it's not even a person, right? So once you put this information here, then you can click save. Saving completed successfully. I'm gonna press OK here. And so the meeting room has been created, and I need to schedule this meeting room on Monday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. right? I just want to do that. So how do I do that? Now for that, first of all, I need to log in from my OVA or Outlook web access. I need to log in from my mailbox here, ExchangeOnline mailbox. So you're logged in already from this this account, your first name admin at gb your first name fall2020.onmicrosoft.com. So you're already logged in from that, right? So your mailbox should be opening fine as well. But how we're gonna open that? You can just go to the first tab here, this one, Microsoft Office Home. Or even easier than that, you can go for resources and put a duplicate here. I'm just creating a duplicate of this same page here where I am. I'm creating a duplicate of the same page here, right? Oh yeah, last time okay, anyway, done. So I've created a duplicate of the same page. After that, I can go to the 9 dots here, these 9 dots. Why? Because when you click that, you see Outlook. Yes, we could have gone for this. If you right click or you click there, so it opens in a new tab. I should have done that from the first tab, but anyway. So since I've created a duplicate tab, done, just go ahead and click Outlook. So once you click the Outlook here in the other tab, so this is the mailbox of the currently logged in administrator, but I want to go for the calendar and book that room. So where is calendar? I'm logged into my mailbox here. If I go down on the left bottom, you can see this, right? So let's click this calendar here, right? Let's click this calendar. So once you click that calendar, now your calendar is up there, but I don't want to put anything on my calendar. I just want to add a calendar of what? This room mailbox. I want to add your first name meeting room calendar beside my calendar, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead in Outlook, and how do I add another calendar here? Where's the option to add another calendar here, right? So there's a add calendar option on the left side, this one. But is it going to let me add any other calendar or just a second calendar of my own? I'm gonna click the add calendar, and a big page opens here. So are you adding a add personal calendar or edit my calendars, create a blank calendar, add from directory? What is that? So this means that I want to add somebody else's calendar, and especially that room calendar. So I'm just going to go for add from directory here. If I click the add from directory, then it shows me that okay, give me a name. What name? What is the name of the calendar here? So it's your first name. And what was that? Meeting. Yeah, your first name meeting. Actually, it doesn't find that. Meeting. So it's not finding from directory here. It's trying for BAM, profile, holidays, schools, teams, holidays, TV. It's supposed to actually find from here. Otherwise, add personal calendars could be another option. So normally, every time when I come here after one course to the next course, they've changed the interface and they've improved it, quote unquote. So Now to manage all calendars in one place, connect your personal accounts with your account. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Edit my calendars, create blank. So it's supposed to be actually adding from this directory. And what was the name again? It was, in my case, this name, Amir meeting room. So guys, is it adding for you in the directory, or is it not adding for you? So if I go for Amir, AMER, and then M. Okay, so it's not adding for anyone. Maybe we're expecting it to appear there too soon, or it's not adding. Okay, now they may have changed that. So I go web, upload from file, schools, holidays, team snap. Nope. I'll go for add personal calendar here. Seriously, it used to add from the Azure Active Directory. And select your personal account. No, it's not from Google. Edit my calendars. Select a calendar. I don't have a lot of calendars here. No. Create blank calendar. Nope. So till now it's not added to Azure or Azure Active Directory right now. I'm going to close that and sharing informations. Yes, that's the only way to add a calendar. I'm just going to refresh the whole browser, right? Okay. Oh, you have to put full email. Thank you, Yusuf Khan here. So it was that same option, but it's not searching. It's asking for full email. Thank you for figuring that out. Guys, it's the same area here, add from directory, and somehow it's not, its search is right now not working. So we need to, so I'm gonna select that, and I'll go for the full email address, this one, right? So double click that and go for the full punishingly long email address. Just go back to this, double click it, and go for the full email address, and use this address. So I just put that, and now it's adding. Okay, thank you, Yusuf Khan, for figuring that out, and you deserve 10. It's the temperature I'm talking about. You deserve 10 plus temperature. Okay, just kidding. So but thank you. Okay, so here, so guys, if you have if you were able to add that here and then I'm going to click the add button, right? So people's calendar. Wow, are there any other types? People's calendar, you know, the okay, after 6 months, when you see that, you're going to be seeing totally different interface. Anyway, that was bad performance, because it's supposed to, as soon as you type name, it's supposed to search, and it used to search like that. Anyway, let's click add here, and import in progress, and that calendar is added in the background here, right? So so Eric says not work for me. Keith says I can't click on it. So guys, you can refresh the browser, this one or two times, and then again go back to the add calendar. So I'm just going to close that. So refresh the whole browser, click the add calendar again, and put the whole email address, and check that did you put the whole email address correctly. Suppose the first letter is missing, or the last one is missing, anything like that, just copy the whole thing and put it there and try to. So just refresh the whole thing, copy paste, we don't miss anything. Yeah, copy and paste, we don't miss anything, don't type anything. I think everyone is copy pasting. So Eric, Keith, try to refresh the browser and then copy paste the whole name there. It's a pretty long name. Okay, so now this calendar is added, right? And this is what, so I can just uncheck that calendar, and then this is right now the calendar. But we can just go to the month here. There's a month, and there's a day as well showing there, right? And also there is month and day showing here as well. Serious. So there is that show this only written there for the calendar in the left side. On the left side, when you click the three dots, again left side, when you click the three dots, there is show this only, right? And if it is supposed to show this only, but I'll go for work week. Okay, I'll just go for work week, right? So now it is supposed to be showing this only, but I'm gonna double click here. This is today's November 24, right? So how about instead of week, work week or month, right? So I'm gonna go for Monday. This is the Monday, right? Or even today, just go ahead for certain time. We just need to create a booking here. So your calendar edit here, you click show this only, and then you go for double click on top of 3 p.m. or any other. Just go ahead and double click that, right? Where did I double click? Yes. So once you're there, just go ahead and double click. Anywhere, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., wherever you want to double click. Mine is still loading, Gideon says, and Eric says just X out and then log in again. So you signed out and then signed in, and then it works. Okay. So here I'm just putting something there. So so meeting from 5 p.m. right? So just put anything there. Meeting from 5 p.m. invite required attendees. So you can just click and there will be some users coming here. So just you add any of the users there. Sales department actually is showing me DLs here. It's not showing me users. Any of the distribution list you can just add here in order to add someone or something, right? And search for room location. Then it says search for room location. So when I click that, so it says know your location. I'll just close this now. Okay, block. I have to select that. And is it a Teams meeting? No, it's not a. Well, it can be Teams meeting, but if I select that, so in the meeting it will also give you a Teams link. What is Teams? Teams. How did you get there? So John says, how did you get there? But where do I start then? John, do you see this under the people's calendar? Do you see your first name meeting? John, do you see that? Yes. Oh, okay. So double clicked on any time then. Exactly. So I just double clicked on this line or this line, 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. right? So just double click on this column and you're good. It will pop up here. Okay, so that's just simple, meeting. You just put the invitees here. You just put the name of the meeting, meeting from 5 p.m. and Teams meeting. You're going to select that too. So nothing really very complicated here. Just select these options and there's that 3 p.m. written there. So I'll just go for 5 p.m. here till 7 p.m. right? So 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. So we're just going for the calendar. I'm just going to click the send button here. You don't have sales department? Select any. Yeah, ready? Select any. Anything else? You have a user there. You have, username. Just go for that. Okay, so if you select anything else here, then go for send button. I'm going to click the send button here. Go ahead and click the send button. So it says make every meeting online, whatever you're doing. Yes, this is just Microsoft advertisement here. I'm just going to click skip here. Make every meeting online. If you see that, click skip, right? So this meeting is showing here for this calendar, but is it really for this calendar? How would we, normally it shows the two calendars, and sometimes it's not very straightforward. So if I uncheck this, it's not showing. If I check this, which is the calendar, so it is showing. This means that meeting from 5. If I uncheck the meeting room here, so is this really Did we do that here in our calendar, meeting room calendar, or did we do it on the user's calendar? So if I go for okay, so if I just say show this one, normally there are two calendars that we can put here as well, and again, you know, the interfaces have changed, so there's a split view that is supposed to be there, but split view is only there if you select two. I'm selecting the two calendars here. If I just go here, there's a split view here now. See this? Click on show only, and we have to create again, I guess. See this? Select this and select this one as well. Now go to this week. Everyone hopefully seeing that, and do you see the split view? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a split view here, right? So I'm going to click that after selecting this calendar and this calendar. Hopefully you've done that too, and go for work week or whatever was written there for you. Go to split view. So once you click the split view, now we can see the other one, and now we discover as well that we were not actually scheduling this meeting room in the correct calendar. We were putting that in the wrong calendar, right? So this was our personal calendar. Now we have to do the same thing here actually in this. I was just looking for that split view, and this used to be actually here. The active directory used to show here, but everything, they've just changed the interface. So sorry about that. But I hope everyone is able to see now your calendar and the meeting room calendar, right? So this is our screenshot number 10, that room mailbox calendar showing in our OVA. So Amir shows there the screenshot. Mine is great. Amir, select this two calendars first. Select your own calendar and select this both. Both needs to be selected for the team viewer split view to be enabled, right? So select both. Yes, both. Then refresh your browser and come back, and then select both. Yeah.
Excuse me, should I take your screenshot? Because I couldn't log in.
Okay. Okay, sure. Do send that in the email as well, that I was not able to log in. Okay, so guys, it is so take a screenshot here, that room mailbox calendar added. Just room mailbox calendar added. Just take a screenshot here. Now if you can click this, and split view is also showing, that is better. Now you need to take your own screenshot obviously, and unless you were stuck somewhere. How did you create the meeting? John, for now skip the dishes. No, skip the meeting. So skip the meeting here. It's okay, don't create that. I just want you to, or I want you to actually put in the screenshot that you are seeing simultaneously two calendars, and the meeting room calendar is showing there with the split view, right? That's what you need to show. Otherwise here okay, John Cedric has put that meeting here. We haven't created the meeting in the room, but I want you to take a screenshot first here, that the room mailbox calendar is showing. Just say room mailbox calendar is showing, right? Okay, so take a screenshot, and this will be screenshot number 10. So I'm just going to take a sample screenshot here. So split view must be there exactly, and take a screenshot there of your own now. So screenshot 10, room mailbox calendar showing, and I'll put that screenshot number 10. So mail server, room mailbox calendar showing. Oh, that's screenshot 10. Okay. Yeah. So the sample screenshot is up there, and this is Okay, where is the, I'll just go back. Yeah. Now this split view, and then you can see the room mailbox under. Now pretty much that is what we do. We just simply add the room mailbox beside our calendar. We try to create a meeting there. We just schedule that room with a calendar. I'm just gonna go ahead. This is Tuesday 24, right? So it's 3 p.m. column, or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Just double click anywhere else. I'm just gonna double click here, double click, right? Oh, okay. So this is already. So guys, are you able to double click and then if I go for day wise, so this is November. Now you can see that I cannot double click here. Why? I can double click in my calendar, but I don't have permission to double click on this, right? So although I'm the administrator here, anyone else, so if I just change that work week or day or week here, so are you able to double click and create an entry into the room mailbox calendar? Okay, why? Tell me why. Because we need permission. Although this account is not supposed to be specifically separately given permission, because this is the root account, this has all the permission to do anything, right? But still I'm not able to do that. This means that I need to check out the permissions first for this calendar. And there, if I just check that, no, I can't even mess this permissions here. You can see your own calendar, that you can there's a sharing and permission here, right, in your own calendar. But for the room calendar, while you're an administrator, you cannot see sharing and permission here, right? So where do we go? We will go where we created this calendar. Where did we create that calendar? We went back to this, and let's go back to ExchangeOnline and check the permissions for this room mailbox calendar. So if we double select this calendar, room mailbox here, sorry, select this room mailbox, and then do you see this edit button here, this one? So let's click that edit button for this meeting room. And then you see there's a general, there is then booking delegates, right? Yeah. So there's booking delegates, there is booking options there as well. So since we're here, so what is booking delegates? Accept or decline booking requests automatically, or select someone to select delegates who can accept or decline booking requests, right? So you can put a actual person here, or you can automatically or it can automatically just reject any of the bookings that are being done on already booked time or scheduled time. So it's going to just reject any other time. Otherwise, a person can actually be maintaining this calendar as well if you add that username here or mailbox here. So then there's booking options here, and you can see that there's allow repeating meetings, and then there is allow scheduling only during working hours. I'll always decline if the end date is beyond this limit. So these are some of the settings there. Maximum booking lead time is 180 days. You cannot book a room for more than 180 days. And maximum duration that you can spend in a meeting room is, well, it says 24 hours, but you can go for 8 hours here. That you cannot book after 8 hours, right? You can just do that too. Okay, Gideon says, how did I get there? So Gideon, are you back on this Microsoft Exchange yellow? Okay, so then select this room and click this edit button. So once you click the edit button, you should see this, right? Okay, so now there's that booking options we talked about, and if you want the meeting organizer to receive a reply, enter the text below. Suppose you want to have some kind of official reply here for whoever is booking, you can just put it there. And then there's contact information. Where's that room, in which city, which country, what is the state, province there. Email address of this is already mentioned here. Mail tip, suppose this is under renovation, so you can actually put that this meeting room is under renovation. So whoever is trying to book that or trying to schedule in the calendar will get that mail tip right away. that, oh, actually it is under renovation, so I should not actually book it. And then comes down to mailbox delegation. So mailbox delegation is send as and send on behalf. And then there is also full access. There are three types of accesses you can have: send as, send on behalf, and full access, right? So send as is that you are that person. Suppose this is a mailbox from some other person, so you become that person. So this means that when you send an email, so suppose your boss is John, and you're sending email as John. So the receiver will not know that it was not John who sent the email, but you are sending as, so this means you are John. Suppose, and send on behalf, here if you send an email on behalf of someone, receiver will know that, oh, okay, you are sending on behalf of John. So receiver will know that it's not actually John sending email, but it's you on behalf of John. And the full access means that you have full access on the mailbox. Suppose we add ourselves to this full access, right? And we do not add ourselves to send as or send on behalf. So what happens is that you do have access to the full mailbox and every item of the mailbox, but you cannot send any email, and you cannot send on behalf. So what we can do is we can give ourselves full access here. You know, the root account used to have full access, but they've changed that as well. So let's go down to mailbox delegation and click full access here. Let's click the plus sign here for mailbox delegation full access, and go plus sign, and just add your username. What is my username? I'll click here, Amir admin. Okay, so I'll go for Amir admin. That's the only account. This is the account we are logged in from, right? So just put that, what you're logged in from. If you know, if you've got this, just go ahead and click add, and then press OK. You got full access, right? Just go ahead and press OK after that. Hopefully you have all done that. But does this resolve the issue, right? So if you have given yourself full access here, so I'm going to refresh just a few million times. Refresh, right? This one. And then I'm going to go back to the calendar here and refresh the whole browser where the calendar is open right now. Refresh the whole browser. Otherwise, we have to sign out, sign in if it doesn't work, right? I'll refresh the whole browser again. And it's I can unselect the calendar and then select it again, right? So I can close this calendar because it's not showing me, it's still grayed out, right? So close and then appear again, or just remove it and detect it, add it again, right? Okay, so yours works, and when you add a to the edit menu, I did. Okay, I think. Oh, I did not click the save. I pressed OK, guys. I did not click the save button. Sorry about that. It just went away, so I had to double click that. So make sure that when you press OK, did you click the save button? Right? Did you click the save button? When I pressed OK, it went away. So double click on this again. Double click on this again, and then click the save button. Right? Okay, cool. So it works for, okay, you click the save, that's very good. Now I'm going to go back to that Outlook and and fresh. Seriously. Okay, I'll just remove it and go to add calendar and go to add from directory, and hopefully I can paste that. Okay, I'll just go back here, copy this again, Control C, go back here, That's it. Add. And now it is added. I'm going to close that. And now it is added, and it still doesn't work. Woohoo! Seriously. Okay. So guys, for you it just, oh, it works now. Refresh. So after adding it, just refresh the browser. Browser plays tricks on us. So now I double click and it works. Okay. Anyway, so that's a pain obviously when you're playing with the browser. Once you remove it and add it and then refresh the browser as well, and for me that worked. Okay, so okay, Gideon, go back to what? So guys, if this is showing there as editable now, that's good. But we had our 10 screenshots done, but this is all we edit. So Gideon, where do you want me to go? Like, see this? You can click here and remove if it's not working. Oh, okay, good now. So, okay. Alright guys, here, now, and Amir shows calendar here. And birthday and Canada holidays. So Amir, what's the point? It's gone. I refreshed and again. Oh, okay. Add again. That's it. You have to add again as well. I had to add again. See, go to add calendar and go to add from directory and then just paste the whole thing here again and then add again. I did that, right? You added multiple times? Oh, man. Okay. Welcome to Microsoft Exchange Online. Okay, anyway, so, sign out, sign in. Browser is playing tricks on you. Browser does that all the time. Microsoft also has some performance issues there. Okay, guys, so our last screenshot was the 10 screenshot. Go ahead and upload all that, and in next Exchange, we're going to directly connect to ExchangeOnline. Those who cannot connect till now, please make sure that you are able to log in before the class, because next class is you can't take my screenshots, right? So fix it before the class, right? And try to log in from different browsers and different devices. Okay guys, just get your screenshots up, and see you in SQL class, right? I'm stopping the video.